Hi, this is Parmesh. Welcome to the Godrej DI Lab. We've just finished what has been an epic, a historic, and unbelievable Pride March here at Godrej 1. It's June 2024, and we've just marched with hundreds and hundreds of Godrejites. It's been just unbelievable. I can still see the rainbow colors in my eyes. I can hear the sounds of the Dhol resounding in my head. As a queer person who first came to work at Godrej 12 years ago, I knew maybe one other queer person. And now suddenly to be surrounded by hundreds of out and proud queer Godrejites, to be surrounded by hundreds of allies, all marching proudly in solidarity. It was one of the most magical and beautiful feelings, and it's been like that all through June. We've had the most incredible Pride Month here at Godrej. You know what was most amazing was to see so many senior Godrej leaders come out and lead the way as Pride Marshals. These are MDs of companies, heads of HR, heads of marketing, just senior leaders at all our Godrej Group companies. And I'm so proud of that because it means that they're committed to inclusion. It's not just something they do in Pride Month, it's something that they do all year round as allies.
Down the line, we will be celebrating more freedoms, more rights for the LGBTQI community, because that's what our constitution offers. And till that happens in the country overall, let us continue to be this island of inclusion, island of joy, island of happiness.
While Pride Month and the community is, of particular focus today, in a lot of your personal journeys, some of the challenges you have faced you have had to show more resilience, you have had to show more courage in your personal journeys. And that, for me personally and us as GC, is a great strength.
I'm extremely also proud about the small things that we do on an everyday basis and how the organization and the complete ecosystem enables us to do that, because the whole organization truly authentically believes that this is the right thing to do.
The arguments to me are fairly straightforward. In a country where probably 50% of the population is women and estimated 10% or so of the population is part of the LGBTQ community. If you want to, try to operate with a talent pool that's maybe 40% of the world out there, that's sort of starting yourself off at a big disadvantage. Similarly, I think if we don't have a representative team within the company, how will we be able to make decisions that actually reflect good judgment on what is needed for the business? So whether it's our marketing campaigns, whether it's our, any part of the business requires that diversity of thought and challenging assumptions. And there's a lot of research and, literature that shows that if you have teams that are all exactly the same, similar background, same type of thinking, you don't get very good decision making typically as a result. So I think the business case for me of doing this is very, very strong. But I always say more than that, I think this is a part of our values as a group, right? I think it is something that we want to do because it's the right thing to do for overall society, and that should be reason enough to do it and do it with great intent.
In a sense, this march and all these celebrations are a culmination of everything we've been doing. So just this year alone, we've had a transgender healthcare workshop. We've updated our healthcare policies for gender affirmation support for trans people, made them really best in class, increased limits, increased the amount for hormones every year, and so on. We've improved support and benefits for non-traditional families. We've had sessions on queer relationship counseling, very important. We've had nukkad nataks in the canteen, all over the building, sensitizing people about LGBTQI realities. We've had workshops and ready reckoners on how you can be a better ally to the LGBTQIA communities. We've had a phenomenal bazaar featuring queer-owned businesses, sold out in 3 hours. We've had a human library where queer people have told their own stories. We've had an art project, a phenomenal photography project featuring transgender and non-binary Godrejites. So I could go on and on and on, but we've been just doing loads and loads of activities, and we've really committed to LGBTQI inclusion by putting hiring goals and representation goals for all our senior leaders so that they can be accountable.
Godrej was founded in India's freedom movement. You know, we were founded in the idea that we should be equal, we should have, economic freedom in India. So I think this is really part of our DNA.
In fact, through the Godrej DI Lab, which we actually just started about a year ago, we've been building on many years of work of LGBTQI inclusion that we began through the lab's previous avatar, which was the Godrej India Culture Lab. And over there, we kind of became a very safe space for Mumbai's and India's queer communities for about a decade.
अगचटक चांदणे चतुर कामिनी काय म्हणू तुला तू आहेस तरी कोण ये गलियां ये चौबारा यहाँ आना ना दोबारा.
And all the lab's activities kind of seeped into the larger Godrej culture, and all the Godrej Group companies all went on a journey of becoming LGBTQIA inclusive. So just to give you one example, today, just one of our group companies, Godrej Properties, we have more than 150 out and proud LGBTQIA employees, and of course, many more who have chosen not to be out at this point. One of our other group companies, Godrej Capital, has a product that is specifically designed for queer individuals, a housing loan. Other group companies like Godrej Consumer Products and of course many of these others create internship programs and participate in job fairs specifically for LGBTQI individuals. So we're actually doing a lot. We want all our Godrej companies to be a safe space. We want to welcome LGBTQI talent. We're also collaborating with many of our group brands and other teams like the Godrej Corporate Communications team to produce stories, short films, ads, just great communication that celebrates the LGBTQI plus communities. Like check out this little clip that we did last year on Diwali, Bhai Dooj and Transgender Awareness Month.
रिवाजों से रिश्ते नहीं बनते, हम रिश्तों से रिवाज बनाते हैं.
All our work here at Godrej has also inspired so many other companies beyond Godrej to go on their own LGBTQI plus inclusion journey, and that's been actually absolutely amazing to witness. As we keep on growing on our journey, I really want Pride at Godrej to mean that everyone who's from the LGBTQI plus communities, actually from every community, comes to Godrej, feels safe, feels welcome, feels celebrated. You think of Godrej, not just our lab, but all our group companies as your home, and you come here to flourish and to grow. If you are seeing this video and you happen to be LGBTQIA, I want you to know that you can feel totally safe with us at Godrej. Come, hang out with us, learn more about what we do and why we do it, and join us on our journey. Now, if you don't happen to be LGBTQIA, that's okay too. I hope you enjoyed this video and really understand what you can do to be an ally to the community. And if you want to know what that means of how you can be a good ally and how you can be part of the change to create a more inclusive India, we've got loads of resources for you on our website. You can go to godrejdilab.com. There's loads of stuff you can read, there's videos you can see, or you can also follow us on social media. We're literally everywhere. LinkedIn, Insta, YouTube, we're everywhere. So come hang out with us over there. We're trying really hard to create a space where all queer people can thrive alongside non-queer people. We're doing this out of love because we believe love really belongs at work. We're doing this because we want to create an inclusive Godrej, of course, but also an inclusive India and an inclusive world in which all of us can flourish, all of us can succeed, all of us can be our best selves, our whole selves. So come and join us because honestly, we're just getting started.